Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our songwriting workshop. Welcome to lesson number 4 Song Stories. Forever by Chris Tomlin. Chris says, "The gift God has given me is to write things that are simple and connect with people quickly. Sometimes writing simply takes a lot of skill and a lot of time. So Chris spent 4 years on Forever. The verses came quickly, but the chorus just wouldn't work right. He says, I hoped someone else would come up with a chorus. Then one day in a recording studio, I was sitting there singing, Forever God is faithful, forever God is, and I couldn't come up with the next word. Then our bass player's wife, Janet, stuck her head in the door and said, Strong! Just like that, it clicked. And it clicked with the church too. Chris says, it still blows me away that people know it so well. So we are on lesson number 4. This lesson will be about the basic chord progressions. It means that I will be sharing examples of chord patterns that are commonly used in a worship song. We will also look on the origin of the chords, that is the vertical aspect of music, the harmony. Now, so in today's lesson, we will learn a little bit of theory on this element, and I will introduce a unique tool in chord language that will broaden your music and worship vocabulary. That is the Nashville number system. This lesson is much more on the theoretical and practical side of the harmonic element, since we are done discussing the elements of form, lyrics, and melody. After this lesson, I hope that you will begin to treat your chords as an essential element on your songs and that you will utilize all possible chords to achieve the feeling of your song's message. Now, what image or scenery can you imagine from this music? I guess you're thinking something about this. Or this one. If we will analyze the music, if we will dissect the elements, you cannot hear any lyrics, any words or melodies. It's just a free-flowing harmony that dictates your feelings and imagination to go soaring toward heaven. Now, that is the power of harmony, my friend. Basic harmony. Now, according to Paul Balush, harmony can call up all the feelings to be found in human experience. It can make us happy, hopeful, peaceful, pensive, merry, mournful, and apprehensive. It can jangle, menace, or soothe. It can leave us thrilled, threatened, or comforted, romantic or nostalgic. It can be pure and ethereal, lifting us to heavenly places. It can be earthly, sensual, even devilish, pandering to baser instincts. So all of which brings us back to our cardinal rule again, which is all elements, including harmony, working together to enhance the feeling of the message. Now, we will learn more about harmony and some of its theories as we go along. So much of the Western world's music is based on the simple three-note chord called a triad. Tri means three and is where we get such words as trinity, triple, and triad. Triads are the basic harmonic building blocks that serve as a foundation for most praise and worship songs. Triads are the meat and potatoes before you start seasoning with various spices. Triads are the blank canvas that you can put color on. By definition, triads are the combination of three musical pitches heard simultaneously: a root, third, and fifth of the scale, which can be C, E, and G. All at the same time, you will be playing a C major triad. Now, where do chords come from? There is a convenient way of notating and thinking about chord progressions without defining the key. Now, this system has been in place for hundreds of years in classical music, and in more recent years, it has been adapted using standard numbers. Okay, take note: standard numbers, known as the Nashville number system. Okay, so here's how it works. I'll show you. There are 7 notes in a major scale. Okay, a scale is any set of musical notes ordered by fundamental frequency or pitch. Okay, a scale ordered by increasing pitch is an ascending scale, and a scale ordered by decreasing pitch is a descending scale. Okay, so this is how a scale looks like. So let's say we have C scale. So C scale has letters C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. Okay, that is the ascending order of your C scale. So it's going up. By the way, we only have 7 letters from the original alphabet, and we took A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Okay, there's no H, there's no I, no J, up to Z. Okay, only 7 letters from the alphabet. And music alphabet starts on letter C. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then you go back to C. Now, each chord created by the scale is given the number of its scale step. So it means each scale has a chord, okay? So this is C scale. So the letter, each letters of your C scale has an equivalent chord, okay? So, and that chord has an equivalent number also. Okay, I will show you. For your C, you have number 1. Okay, Roman numeral number 1. That is your C major. Next is Roman numeral number 2, lowercase, you have the D minor. Roman numeral 3, lowercase, E minor. Roman numeral 4, F major. Roman numeral 5, G major. Roman numeral 6, lowercase, you have A minor. Roman numeral 7, lowercase, you have a B diminished. Okay, so uppercase Roman numerals indicate major chords. Okay, notice you have C. Notice you have C, F, and G. These are the chords that are in uppercase Roman numeral. So these chords are in major. And lowercase Roman numerals indicate minor or diminished chords. Just like D minor number 2, E minor number 3, A minor number 6, and we have one diminished chord, which is number 7. Okay, so the Nashville number system would be 1, that is on your C major, 2 M or 2 minor on your D minor, 3 minor on your E minor, 4, which is on your F major, 5 on your G major, 6 minor or 6M on your A minor, and 7 dim on your B dim, okay? Or 7 diminished. Okay, to use this language, we would say something like this. Okay, so let's play a 2 minor chord. Then we will go to the 5 chord for 2 beats. Then we will go back to the 1 chord. So that's how you use this language. The major scale pattern we described above is the same in any key, okay? Please take note. The major scale pattern that we described above is the same in any key. No, if you build chords from a major scale, then the pattern will always be major, minor, minor, and another major, and major. And next is minor, and last you have the diminished. Okay? Once again, the major scale pattern we described above is the same in any key. Okay? In any key, you can go to G major scale, F major scale, E major scale, or D major scale. No? So if you build chords from a major scale, then these patterns will always be the same. Okay? So the patterns of major and minor chords will always be the same. Okay? So this is the Nashville number system. So we have C major, again, 1, D major, 2 minor, E minor, 3 minor, you have F major, that's 4, G major, that's 5, A minor, that's 6, M or 6 minor, and then last B diminished, which is 7 dim or 7 diminished. Okay, I'll give you more examples. Let's say I will have a 1-4-5 chord progression on my song. Okay, so what will be the chords that I will use if my key is on the C major? So it is understood whatever your number 1 is, that is your major scale. That is your key signature. Okay? So next slide. Now, these are the letters of your C major scale. So we have 7 letters. We have C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. And the last C is called an octave. Okay? So our number 1 is C. For us to know chord number 4, we will count from C. So this is 1, 2 on your D, 3 on your E, 4 on your F. So chord number 4 is F. Okay? And next to chord number 4 is 5. That is your G. So now we already know what chords are 1, 4, 5. So that is your C major, F major, G major, and your number 1 is again your C. You go back to C. If we will use and translate it into the Nashville number system, we will just say chord number 1, chord number 4, number 5, and 1. Okay, that's why it is called the 1, 4, 5 progression. Okay, next example, let's say we have D as our major scale or as our key signature. Okay, so what will be chord number 4, chord number 5? Now, so again, we will look again on the letters that are involved in a major scale. So thinking that D is our number 1, let's count from D. Okay, so where is number 4? D, E, number 2, F, number 3, G as number 4. Okay, so our chord number 4 is G major. Next, chord number 5 is A major. Okay, so our 1, 4, 5 progression based on our D major scale is we have G major as our number 4 and A major as our number 5. And we go back to chord number 1, which is the D. Okay, notice we don't have any minors. Why is that? Okay, remember that this is the pattern. Okay, so in 1, 4, 5 progression, there are no 2 minor or 3 minor or 6 minor. Only 1, 4, and 5. Okay? If you'll base this here above, so we have only 1, we have only 4, and we have only 5, which are all majors. Okay, so there are no minors. That's why all chords are in major chords. Okay, so this is the Nashville number system, the 1, 4, 5, 1. Okay, next and last example, we have, okay, what if our key signature is on G major? Okay, so automatically our number 1 is G. And then what you'll do again is to count. From G, you count from bottom to top. Okay, so G, A is your number 2, B is your number 3, and C is your number 4. Okay, since this is your octave, so you can just skip this and go directly to the start. Okay, so your number 4 is C, and your number 5 is automatically the D major chord. Okay, so your number 1 is G major, number 4 you have C major, number 5 you have D major, and last you go back to G major chord. This would be called the 1, 4, 5 progression. Now, even though the keys are different, we had a C, we had D, and we had also this last example, the G. No, but the effect of the progression is still and always be the same in each of the key signatures. Okay? So now let's look at some common chord progressions using the number system. Okay, so my first example, we will use the 1-4-5 progression. On this case, since G is the most popular chord progression or is the most easiest chord in the guitar, then we will use the key of G in our examples. The progression or the family chords of your G are very common. Okay, so G is the safest chord for our examples as for now. Okay, many popular choruses they utilize this simple progression or some slight of variation of it. So it can be 1-4-5 or 1-5-4 or 1-4-5-4 or many more. So let's look on the song examples that I will show you. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. Lord, reign in me, reign in your power over all my dreams in my darkest hour. As we gather, may your spirit works within us. As we gather, may we glorify your name. Better is one day in your courts, better is one day in your house, better is one day in your courts, 1,000 elsewhere. Better is one day in your courts, better is one day in your house, better is one day in your courts, 1,000 elsewhere, 1,000 elsewhere. That's why we praise him, that's why we sing, that's why we offer him our everything. That's why we bow down and worship this King. Okay, so next example, we will have the 1-6 minor, 4 and 5 progression. Besides being the 50s doo-wop progression, now this pattern has thousands of popular songs based on it, and including many well-loved choruses. Okay, so here are the examples. Forever God is faithful, forever God is strong, forever God is with us, forever, forever, forever. I will celebrate, sing unto the Lord, sing to the Lord a new song. I will celebrate, sing unto the Lord, sing to the Lord a new song. As the deer panted for the water, so my soul thirsts after you. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. Okay, so next progression is we have 1-5-6 minor and then 4. Lord, I give you my heart. Okay, nice. Next example is we have the 1, 4, 6 minor, and 5. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, amen. Okay, that's a very famous Christian song. Next, we have 1, 5, 2 minor, and a 4. God of wonders beyond our galaxy, you are holy, holy. Universe declares your majesty, Father holy, holy. Come, now is the time to worship. Come, now is the time to give your heart. Come, just as you are to worship. Come, just as you are before your God. Come. Okay, and our last chord progression is we have the 1, 2 minor, 4, and 5. Over the mountains and the sea, your river runs with love for me, and I will open up my heart and let the healer set me free. I'm happy to be in the truth, and I will daily lift my hands, for I will always sing of when your love came down. Okay, so there you go. Now, let's go to our activity. Since our lesson is all about the harmonic element, now it is time for you to develop the chord progressions in your song. So when you are making your chord progression, do not limit yourself by basing only from our examples, okay? So you have the liberty to experiment and explore some other possibilities that your chords would lead you. Okay, so decide the appropriate chords on each segment of the song and be creative. Do not just use one pattern all throughout the entire song. Okay, so as much as possible, uh, do variations. Okay, it does not mean that the chords on your verse is also the same. The chords is also the same in the chords of your bridge. Okay, so be creative, make variations. And next, listen, listen, listen. If ideas are running out, push yourself to listen to music. It can be a great source of ideas. So you are encouraged to grab chord ideas from your favorite Christian songs. Okay, and last is discriminate. If you are almost done, then it is time to critique your song. Before session 6 will end, and that is our last session, your song should be 90% finished and 10% still depends on my critique. Now, I know this lesson is a little bit heavy for some, especially we are tackling more on the theoretical aspect of this element, the harmony, and grasping these concepts can be a little stressful and maybe sometimes boring. I may admit that teaching this subject matter will take a year or two to master. and it will take years of experience, for these concepts and skills to become your instincts. But as aspiring songwriters, we should strive to be holistic in our field. As a worshiper and as an ambassador of Christ's music, now we should make an effort to learn and excel in the ministries that He has given us. So I encourage you guys to take tiny chunks of these concepts and apply them right away. For this will mobilize you to become a better steward of God's gift. So remember, music is fun and it should be fun. So as in every element of music, harmony is also fun. It is like an ice cream. It comes in all flavors and colors, from plain vanilla to rainbow sherbet. So let's treat this as if we are playing yet learning at the same time.